Welcome back to Math with Kim. We are going to be reviewing rounding. This is a continuation of our decimal videos, okay? So we always need to round. Whenever we end up with long decimal places, a lot of times if you put an operation in your calculator, your decimal will go off the screen. So rounding is required. Rounding is in our everyday life as well, because if we're talking about money, we don't have a thousandths coin to pay. So we would have to always round to the pennies, right? But let's do a quick review of our place values. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and then it moves on. 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, and so on and so forth. And we have a review for that video, so you can look back at that if you need to. So let's review our rounding rules. Locate the digit to be rounded. So notice this is telling us to round to the tenths place. So I located the tenths place. What I normally do is underline it. So the 2 is in the tenths place. Step 2, locate the digit to the right of that digit. So now notice what I did. I drew a little arrow to the number that is directly to the right, because this is the number that's going to determine whether we round our tenths place up or leave it alone. Okay? So now, last rule. This is what I was just talking about. If the digit to the right of the digit being rounded is a 5 or more, round the digit up 1, okay? If this digit is less than 5, then of course we would just drop it and leave this number in the tenths place alone. But the rule said if this was 5 or more, and 8 is definitely more than 5, we are going to round this 2 up. So everything that comes before the digit that we are rounding, we leave alone. So we're going to go ahead and rewrite our 36 point. Now, is 8 bigger than 5? Yes. So we're going to round that 2 up to a 3. And that's it. Everything drops off after it. Okay? So let's try another one. Again, we're just rounding to the tenths. So let's just practice. Here's my tenths place. Here's the number that comes after it. Is this number 5 or more? No. So we're going to leave this digit alone. So again, remember everything that comes before it, we rewrite 2.7 because of course this 2 isn't big enough. All right, let's move on to C. Now, this doesn't matter that there's a negative in front of it. Okay, what matters is we're still rounding to the tenths place. So there's my tenths place. Look at the number that comes after it. That's definitely 5 or more. So what's going to happen? Well, my 9 is going to round up. Well, what does 9 round up to? 10. So this is going to carry over a piece into our whole numbers. Because again, look, let's pretend this is just looks like normal money. I owe $43.99. All right. Well, if I was going to round that, what does that round to? Well, this 9 is going to round this 3 up. So our solution, keep your negative, is going to be 44. Now, a lot of times they ask you, when they ask you to round to the tenths place, they might want you to represent the tenths place in your answer. Now, I know it rounds to a 0 because the 10, right? The 10 carries the 1 over, which caused the 3 to go up to a 4. And then, of course, that's the 0 portion. So do you have to write that digit there? It all depends on if you're using again, my math lab program or something like this. Because whenever they tell you to round to a certain digit, they usually want you to include that digit. And again, it depends on your course. I just want to show you that as an option. Now, would this also be an acceptable answer? They are the same answer. It's just that we are representing our tenths digits in this one. Okay. So again, it kind of depends on your teacher, your professor. Let's do the last one. Again, look, we got ourselves a 9. And then what comes after it? A 0. So the 9 is in the tenths place. A 0 is after it. The 0 is not going to round this 9 up. So it's going to leave it alone. So again, leave all the digits that came before it alone. 579 and 9/10. Okay, so that was our quick review on rounding.